Where it all began. Where it all began. Where it all began. June the 13th, 1977, the year I was born. Born and bred into South London, Bermondsey. It was hard growing up. I'm dyslexic, I have ADHD. My first ever secondary school report was, "This boy will amount to nothing." I remember my dad going crazy. I see my first stabbing at 11, shooting at 15. There was lots of violence around South London back then. School wasn't good to me. I left at 14, couldn't take no more. My dad had to put me to work. Took me down his pal scrapyard down New Cross. Worked in there, sweeping up, working on the furnace, jumping on the skip lorries. But compared to school, it was a breeze. Anyway, growing up had its ups and downs. Spent a little bit of time in a band, released an album. Thought I was a rock and roll star for a little while. Life kicked in hard then, at 21. I had my first child, Robert Icey Jr., but we called him Bobby to save all the confusion. It was mad because my business partner now, Ted Lawler, went to school with my Bob. Mad because growing up I was friends with Ted's parents, James and Jane. And I remember someone telling me once, James and Jane have just had a little boy called Teddy. Who would have ever thought, 23 years later, we'd have ended up meeting up and becoming business partners.
It's mad to think I wasn't even born and fate had played its cards. I also grew up in Bermondsey, and looking back now, I wonder how many times me and Rob had crossed paths without even realising. Despite both growing up in Bermondsey, it had changed a lot in its time. Even with the high-rise buildings and the modern twist, it was all a facade, as knife crime was still through the roof. There were a lot of things I went through too, but without going into too much detail, I fought through it and it's all made me who I am today. That's why my first business project was called If Only They Knew, as I had a lot of things about me that many people didn't know and still don't know to this day. I worked on this project for 5 years without earning a single penny, but it was all worth it when in the 5th year I was introduced to Robert Icey, someone who I was told would make a brilliant guest for my podcast. It's mad to think that after all those years, our paths would cross, all thanks to a podcast I was doing on the side for free. Welcome back to the If Only They Knew podcast. Today, I'm joined by Robert Icey, aka The Hypnotist Man, the UK's #1 unconscious mind therapist. Once our paths had crossed, that was it. It had begun.
It all started when we decided to do the Manifestation Journal in book form and become an Amazon bestseller. We made over £70,000 within the first few weeks. This is when I had the idea and come up with the Manifestation app because I thought it done so well in book sales, surely we'd do more in the app.
To be honest, when Rob told me about the app idea, I wasn't that keen at all. Once we started chatting about it for a while, then I saw the bigger picture. So we started to create a few designs, and looking back now, it's laughable. It looked like 1996 clip art.
And as the months and weeks rolled on, we started creating more features for the app, creating new designs, new colour schemes. It actually looked pretty corporate, to be fair, but it looked good. And like everything, visions grew. And one day, my partner, Vicky, said, "Rob, that looks really corporate. Do you think you should change the colours?" I sort of got a little bit ratty at first, but it was playing on my mind because I was actually thinking the same thing. So I rang Ted up eventually and said, "Ted, what do you think? Looking a bit corporate. Think we should change the colours?" We went to and fro for a few minutes, started planning about some ideas. Ted then logs into Canva, goes, "Go online." I got up my laptop. We started breaking down some ideas together.
But it wasn't as quick as it all seemed. At this point, we're almost a year and a half into developing this app. We sat there for over 7 hours, changing from one colour to another, and eventually we got there. Black and purple. You can imagine the developer's shock when at the very last minute when the app should have been done, we told them it needs a complete rebrand and all the colours need to change.
Sometimes you just got to do what's right. You got to go with your art. We knew there'd be more cost, but it had to be done. We finally got the design we desired. We all felt happy and secure. Well, making the app had its hard times, that's for sure. After spending all the money we made on the book, and our vision was bigger than our pocket, we had to find an investor, a shareholder. This wasn't as easy as it seems, because when a business idea is just an idea and figures mean nothing, it's very difficult to get people to invest. I approached some good friends of mine. I approached some business acquaintances. All of them were interested, loved the idea, but no one would commit. I approached a very good friend of mine. I met him 7 years ago when my boy was playing football with his boy. We've become good friends ever since. He welcomed me into his friendship. He treated me like family. He'd do anything for me, and if he ever called me up, I'd do anything for him. So when I approached my good friend Leo Truney with the idea, we sat and spoke for a few hours, and he said, "Rob, I trust you. I can see what you've been doing over the years, and I believe in you. So I'd like to thank Leo Truney from the bottom of my heart, because without you, we wouldn't have been able to get this job done. And now we are going to be able to help millions of people worldwide with their mental health. So we now want to introduce to you the Manifestation app.
The Manifestation app. The Manifestation app.
I'm Robert IC.
I'm Ted Lawler.
Welcome to the Manifestation app.
In this Learn More section, we're going to teach you everything you need to know about the Manifestation app, including the many features we have and the benefits of using these features.
The first section in the app is the Manifestation Journal. You click daily projection in the morning, and in the evening it has a daily review. We're going to go through the benefits and the features in a moment as you slide along to the next Learn More section. But journaling is so important to anyone successful if you want to achieve anything, because you need to keep your eye on the prize, and this allows you to do that.
Linked to the journal is our tracker. Within this tracker, you'll be able to go back weeks, months, and even years eventually and track your progress as a manifester. From your mood to your goals, we'll have all the statistics you need to see your evolution.
The next feature on the app is the UFTA, the Universal Frequency of Thought Academy. Now in here you're going to have a mixture of meditations, guided meditations, hypnotherapy, unconscious mind therapy, helping you with your mental health, anxiety, depression, how to focus on goals, strategize, and create the mindset that you desire, teaching you in depth about parts of the mind that you may never even knew existed.
But you're not alone. Our next feature is the social media platform within the app. This allows you to connect with other like-minded manifestors, posting your daily updates, whether it's a morning yoga session or whatever it may be. Everything can be posted on our wall and on the stories function as well.
The next feature is amazing. We're the world's first manifestation mental health app to incorporate AI. Yep, that's right folks, we have AI, artificial intelligence. Our little guru, Manny, is going to guide you through anything you may need. If you get up in the morning, you're feeling down and you need some ideas to feel good, just ask Manny.
And if that wasn't enough, we'll also keep you entertained with weekly podcasts with some of the best visionaries in the entire world. From UFC Hall of Fame fighters to billionaire entrepreneurs, we'll find out exactly what it takes to get to the top.
Welcome to the Manifestation.